What do seniors know that the rest of us don't when it comes to stocking up for emergencies? You'd be surprised. It's not protein shakes or trendy snacks. It's the old school survival foods that actually work. Let's dive into the 12 grocery items only seniors swear by when prepping for tough times. Hey there, smart shoppers and pantry planners. Whether you're a foodie, budget conscious, or just someone who wants to be ready when things go sideways, this video is for you. Today, we're digging into the 12 essential survival grocery items that older Americans rely on, not because they're trendy, but because they're nutritious, affordable, easy to prepare, and have stood the test of time. From comfort foods with a long shelf life to clever nutrition hacks, seniors have been quietly stocking their shelves with items that keep them safe, satisfied, and stress-free during emergencies, and we're about to unpack all of them. So grab a notebook, or just a snack, because this list might just change the way you prep your pantry. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you love smart food tips with a nostalgic twist. And peanut butter. Let's kick things off with a pantry MVP, peanut butter. Now, this creamy or crunchy, depending on your team, spread isn't just for kids, sandwiches, or midnight snacks. For seniors, especially those preparing for emergencies, peanut butter is a no-brainer. Why? Because it checks off every box you want in survival food. It's shelf-stable, high in protein, energy-dense, and doesn't need any cooking at all. In a situation where power might be out, water is limited, or you're simply too tired to cook, peanut butter becomes a lifesaver. Just 1 or 2 spoonfuls can hold off hunger, give you a quick dose of healthy fats, and keep your energy up. It's also a great source of niacin and vitamin E, both important for keeping the immune system strong, something especially important for older adults during stressful times. Plus, let's be honest, there's something emotionally comforting about peanut butter. It reminds people of simpler times, PB&J lunches at the kitchen table, or maybe a late-night cracker spread during a stormy night. That sense of nostalgia is powerful, and during an emergency, comfort matters just as much as calories. Another bonus? Peanut butter has a long shelf life, often up to 2 years unopened, and it doesn't take up much space. Seniors love it because it's easy to store, easy to use, and easy on the budget. Whether it's spread on bread, crackers, or eaten straight from the jar, no judgment here. It delivers big value in a small package. And if you're thinking about food that works for anyone from age 8 to 88, peanut butter wins, hands down. 2. Canned soups. Next up, canned soups, the quiet hero of any senior-friendly emergency pantry. These humble cans might not look like much, but they pack a comforting punch when you need it most. For older folks, canned soup is more than just food. It's warmth, nourishment, and convenience all in one. During emergencies, the last thing anyone wants is to deal with complicated meals. That's where soup steps in. It's already cooked, so all you need is a quick heat up on a stovetop over a camp flame, or even in a microwave if you're lucky enough to have power. But even without heat, many soups are mild and safe to eat straight out of the can. No fuss, no prep, no stress. Seniors especially love soups because they're easy to digest and they don't require chewing tough meats or crunchy foods. Plus, there are so many varieties: chicken noodle, tomato, lentil, beef stew, vegetable medleys, so it never gets boring. Some seniors even stock up on low-sodium versions to keep their blood pressure in check while still enjoying the same hearty flavor. And let's talk practicality. Canned soup is super affordable, widely available, and can last up to 2 to 5 years in storage. That's a huge plus when planning for a long-term emergency or natural disaster. You can store a bunch in a small space and pull one out whenever the pantry's looking a little thin. Best of all, soup has that magical ability to make people feel cared for. Whether it's served in a mug or sipped straight from the can, it feels like home, and in a crisis, that kind of comfort is priceless. 3. Canned fruits and vegetables. Vitamins that last. Let's keep that pantry door open and talk about a true survival classic, canned fruits and vegetables. They may not be the flashiest items on the shelf, but when the fridge stops running and fresh produce becomes a luxury, these canned goods become absolute lifesavers, especially for seniors. One of the biggest reasons older adults trust canned fruits and veggies is nutrition without the pressure of spoilage. You don't have to worry about moldy bananas or wilted spinach here. These cans can sit quietly on your shelf for up to 5 years, just waiting for the moment you need them most. And when you do crack one open, you're getting a healthy dose of fiber, vitamins, and minerals your body still craves, even during tough times. Many seniors prefer fruit canned in its own juice or light syrup, and veggies with no added salt, which are easier on blood sugar and blood pressure. From sweet peaches and pears to green beans, carrots, and corn, the options are endless and surprisingly flavorful. Plus, they're soft and easy to chew, making them ideal for folks who might have dental issues or sensitive digestion. What makes them even better? No cooking required. Pop the lid, pour it into a bowl, and you've got a side dish or even a full meal ready to go. If you've got a heat source, sure, warm it up for that extra comfort, but if not, these foods still taste good straight from the can. Seniors have lived through power outages, blizzards, even shortages. They know that a well-stocked shelf of canned produce can keep you nourished, full, and sane without breaking the bank or relying on electricity. It's simple, it's smart, and it works. Show 4. The instant oatmeal and ready-to-eat cereal. Breakfast without the hassle. Now, let's talk about the easiest way to start the day, even in the middle of an emergency. Instant oatmeal and ready-to-eat cereal. Seniors know the power of a good breakfast, and when times get rough, these items become real MVPs in any survival stash. Instant oatmeal is a favorite because it's warm and filling and ridiculously easy to prepare. Just add hot water if you've got it, and in a minute or two, you've got a meal that sticks to your ribs and keeps you going. No cooking pots, no mess, no problem. And if hot water isn't an option, believe it or not, you can still make it work with room temperature water. It just takes a little longer to soak, and that's it. Then there's cold cereal, the ultimate grab-and-go comfort food. Seniors often pair it with shelf-stable milk or powdered milk for a no-fuss, familiar meal that's quick and satisfying. Plus, many cereals are fortified with essential vitamins and minerals, which makes them more than just a bowl of crunchy goodness. Think iron, B vitamins, calcium, and fiber, all things seniors want to keep steady even when fresh food isn't available. But what really makes these breakfast staples shine? They bring a sense of normalcy. In a chaotic situation, something as simple as a bowl of oatmeal or cereal can feel grounding. It's not just about calories, it's about routine and comfort. And when you're feeling anxious or tired, that little moment of familiarity can go a long way. They're lightweight, affordable, and you can buy them in bulk. Seniors love them because they're easy to store, easy to serve, and always ready when you are. Emergency or not, they never go out of style. 5. Tuna and salmon, coming in strong at number 5. Canned or pouch-packed tuna and salmon. These shelf-stable proteins are longtime favorites for seniors who know that staying nourished in an emergency means having real protein on hand. Without needing a fridge or stove, tuna and salmon are packed with lean protein, and they're also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain and heart health, something especially important as we get older. And guess what? These little packs of goodness are ready to eat right out of the can or pouch. No heating, no extra ingredients. Just open, maybe add a cracker or two, and you've got yourself a meal. One of the reasons seniors trust these items is because they're low effort and highly versatile. You can throw them on top of instant rice, mix with a little mayo or relish if you've got it, or just eat them plain. No can opener? No problem. Many modern tuna and salmon packs come with easy tear-open pouches that don't need any tools at all. And let's not forget the shelf life. We're talking 3 to 5 years unopened, which makes them perfect for long-term storage. They're lightweight, portable, and don't take up much space. Seniors often keep a few tucked in their emergency kits, bug-out bags, or pantry shelves because they're practical, nutritious, and dependable. 6. Emergency ration bars. At number 6, we've got something small but mighty. Emergency ration bars. These aren't your average granola bars. They're specifically designed for survival, and seniors know just how valuable they can be when food is scarce and energy is low. Emergency ration bars like SOS food bars or Daytrex are packed with calories, carbs, and fats, all compacted into a brick-sized block you can break off and eat anywhere, anytime. Seniors love these because they're lightweight, non-perishable, and super easy to store. One small bar can have over 400 calories, and some packs contain enough food to keep a person going for 3 days. And here's the best part, no preparation needed at all. You don't need to cook, mix, or heat them. You don't even need a spoon, just open and eat. In emergency situations where energy is low and stress is high, having something this simple and reliable is a huge win. Seniors also appreciate how gentle these bars are on the stomach, and many come in flavors like vanilla, apple cinnamon, or coconut that aren't too sweet or overwhelming. The texture is usually soft and chewy, not hard and dry, so they're easier to eat for those with sensitive teeth or dentures. Plus, these bars can last up to 5 years, sometimes more, which makes them ideal for long-term emergency prep. They can be tucked away in a car glove box, emergency drawer, or bedside table and forgotten about until you really need them. It's no surprise that older adults keep a stash on hand. They've lived through enough storms, power outages, and supply disruptions to know that sometimes all you need is one little bar to keep you going. 7. Crackers and rice cakes. Coming in at number 7. Crackers and rice cakes. Those light, crispy pantry staples that may seem simple but play a big role in senior emergency prep. While they're often seen as side snacks, seniors know they're much more than that. In a crisis, they become versatile carriers of calories, comfort, and crunch. Let's start with why they work so well. Crackers and rice cakes are dry, shelf-stable, and require zero prep. Just open the package and you've got something you can eat with anything. Spread peanut butter on them, top them with canned tuna, dip them in soup, or just munch on them plain. They're gentle on digestion, easy to chew, and give just enough carbs to take the edge off hunger. For seniors especially, these are ideal. They're low mess, don't require refrigeration, and you don't need a knife or stove to enjoy them. And let's be real, when stress is high and energy is low, there's something oddly satisfying about a light crunch. It feels normal, it feels safe. Another big plus? They're incredibly affordable and come in individual packs or resealable bags, which means you can control portions and avoid waste. Most varieties also have a shelf life of 6 to 12 months, sometimes longer if stored properly. They take up almost no space and weigh next to nothing, so you can toss a few packs into a go bag, drawer, or emergency bin without a second thought. Seniors have leaned on crackers and rice cakes for decades, during illnesses, during hard times, and during quiet afternoons with tea, so when they prep for emergencies, they're not just grabbing survival food, they're grabbing a bit of comfort and familiarity, one crunchy bite at a time. 8. Mixed nuts and canned nuts. Let's crack open number 8, mixed nuts and canned nuts. Now, this is a survival item that packs a serious punch in a tiny handful. Seniors have been reaching for nuts not just because they're tasty, but because they're one of the smartest emergency foods you can buy, and here's why. First off, nuts are nutrient powerhouses. They're loaded with healthy fats, protein, fiber, and essential minerals like magnesium and potassium. Just a small serving can help you feel full, energized, and satisfied, especially when meals are limited or spaced out during an emergency. Seniors especially appreciate how portable and no prep they are. You don't need a fridge, heat, or water. Just pop the lid or open the pouch and you're good to go. Plus, they're easy to store in small containers or resealable bags, which makes portion control simple and helps prevent waste. Canned nuts tend to have a longer shelf life, 12 to 24 months unopened, depending on the type, making them perfect for long-term storage. And if you're rotating your pantry every year or so, they're easy to snack on without feeling like you're using up survival food. But beyond the nutrition, there's another reason nuts are so popular with seniors. They're familiar and comforting. Whether it's a handful of roasted peanuts during a game on the radio or mixed nuts shared during the holidays, these little bites are tied to everyday moments. They don't scream emergency food, they just feel normal, which is exactly what people need during abnormal times. 9. Shelf-stable milk. Calcium without the fridge. Next on the list, shelf-stable milk, and trust me, this one's a quiet hero in senior emergency prep. Most people think milk only lives in the fridge, but seniors know better. When the power goes out or you can't make a store run, UHT milk, boxed milk, or powdered milk become lifesavers. Shelf-stable milk is exactly what it sounds like, milk that doesn't need to be refrigerated until after it's opened. It comes in small cartons, bottles, or powdered form, and it lasts months, sometimes even years on the shelf. For older adults who depend on milk for their daily dose of calcium, vitamin D, and protein, this is an absolute must. What makes it so great during emergencies? It's easy, versatile, and tastes like the real thing. You can pour it over cereal, mix it into instant oatmeal, add it to coffee or tea, or just drink it straight. Powdered versions are even more space-saving. You just mix with water, and you're set. Seniors often favor shelf-stable milk because it keeps their routine intact. They don't have to give up their morning tea, afternoon coffee, or evening bowl of cereal, even if the fridge is down. That kind of normalcy matters. It's more than just nutrition. It's comfort in a carton. Plus, it's budget-friendly and comes in different types. Whole, low-fat, non-dairy options like almond or soy, so there's something for every diet. And the packaging is lightweight, easy to store, and usually includes resealable tops for convenience. When it comes to smart prepping, seniors know that shelf-stable milk is liquid gold, a way to keep strong bones, warm drinks, and a sense of normal life, all without relying on electricity. 10. Coffee and tea. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated survival essentials, coffee and tea. To some, it might seem like a luxury, but seniors know it's an emotional and mental lifesaver during stressful times. When everything around you feels out of control, a warm cup of something familiar can make all the difference. Instant coffee, tea bags, and even powdered creamers are incredibly easy to store and prepare. They take up very little space, don't require refrigeration, and they have an impressively long shelf life, often over a year, sometimes more. And the best part, you don't need fancy equipment to make them, just hot water, and if that's not available, some folks will even steep tea in cold water with a bit more patience. Seniors especially gravitate toward these comforting beverages because they offer a moment of peace and routine. A cup of tea in the evening or a little coffee in the morning helps create structure in the day. Even when the power's out and the weather is raging outside, that mental clarity and emotional boost can be just as important as a full meal. Plus, many teas have added benefits. Herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint can soothe an upset stomach or help with sleep. Green tea is gentle but energizing, and black tea gives you that cozy, full-bodied flavor that feels like home in a mug. Coffee and tea are also super lightweight and easy to pack in an emergency kit, bug-out bag, or even a glove compartment. You won't miss your caffeine fix, and you'll have a familiar ritual to lean on when things feel uncertain. Seniors get it. Sometimes survival isn't just about food, it's about comfort, calm, and keeping your spirits warm, one sip at a time. 11. Broth and Stock. At number 11, we've got something simple but surprisingly powerful. Broth and stock. Whether it's chicken, beef, or vegetable, seniors know that keeping a few cartons or cans of broth on hand can make all the difference in a stressful situation. Why? Because broth isn't just food. It's hydration, nutrition, and comfort all in one. It's warm, gentle on the stomach, and packed with flavor. In emergencies, when cooking full meals might not be realistic, a hot cup of broth can settle nerves, warm the body, and provide a light but satisfying source of energy. Seniors love broth for exactly those reasons. It's easy to digest, making it perfect for anyone dealing with illness, stress, or low appetite. Plus, it's incredibly versatile. You can sip it on its own like a warm drink, or you can use it to rehydrate dried foods, cook instant rice or noodles, or add flavor to canned veggies. Just a little bit can stretch a meal further and make it taste so much better. Broth also has a long shelf life, often 12 to 24 months unopened, and comes in easy pour cartons or cans that don't require refrigeration until opened. Powdered bouillon cubes or concentrate are even more compact and long-lasting, making them ideal for tight storage spaces or emergency kits. And let's be honest, a warm cup of chicken broth can feel like a hug when everything else feels chaotic. Seniors know that survival food shouldn't just fuel your body, it should also feed your soul. Broth does exactly that without needing anything fancy or complicated, so while it may not be flashy, broth is one of those quiet essentials that makes everything better sip by sip. 12. Comfort snacks. Last but definitely not least, comfort snacks like hard candy, cookies, or graham crackers. Now, you might be thinking, is this really survival food? And the answer, according to most seniors, is a big yes. When emergencies strike, it's not just about staying full, it's about staying calm, grounded, and emotionally okay. That's where comfort snacks come in. A few pieces of peppermint candy, a chocolate wafer, or even a simple oatmeal cookie can bring a sense of peace, nostalgia, and normalcy that's just as essential as vitamins and protein. Seniors often reach for these small treats because they know firsthand how powerful they can be. After all, who hasn't felt better after a sweet bite during a hard day? These items are easy to store, usually have a shelf life of over a year, and can be eaten without any prep at all. They're also lightweight, inexpensive, and you can toss a handful into an emergency bag or bedside drawer for just-in-case moments. Hard candies like butterscotch or mints are a classic choice. They last forever, help keep your mouth moist if water is limited, and deliver a tiny morale boost when things feel overwhelming. Cookies and crackers bring back memories of home, holidays, or childhood, a little mental escape when you're stuck in a tough situation. Seniors know that survival isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. And sometimes that small, familiar treat can make you feel safe and human again, even when the world outside your window feels anything but. And there you have it, 12 survival grocery items that seniors swear by, not just because they last, but because they work. These aren't just emergency foods, they're little pieces of comfort, nutrition, and peace of mind. Now it's your turn. Which of these do you already have in your pantry? Or is there a go-to item your parents or grandparents always kept around that we missed? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. If this video helped you think differently about prepping, give it a like. It really helps more people find this kind of content. And if you want more smart, simple, and heartwarming survival tips, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more coming your way, from senior kitchen wisdom to budget-friendly food hacks. Remember, survival isn't just about stockpiling, it's about stocking wisely. Stay prepared, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.